Okay, it's time to start creating AI images for your social media, blogs, ads, email, website, and anywhere you want to use stunning images to promote your brand, your business, and your influence online. To create an image, I think you know this, but just in case you don't, you pick a Midjourney room, like a newbie's room, and you hit /imagine and type out the prompt of what your image is going to be. So let's start with a simple prompt. A large burger with a windy storm behind it. Click enter and the image will be in progress. Just give it a few seconds and voila! Your first masterpiece is done. What do you think? It's pretty good, right? Especially with such a simple prompt. AI is able to give us a burger with some nice textures and details. Now, let's say we want the storm behind the burger to be more pronounced. Let's create the same image again, this time with this prompt. A large burger with a windy storm behind it along with thunderclouds. Wait for a few seconds. And there we go. Now you can see the storm with the thunderclouds are definitely more apparent, with the first photo looking like an atomic bomb blast right behind the burger. Not too bad, right? The burger is tasty looking, but the mood is so dark. I guess it's a Halloween-themed burger. Okay, do you want to level up your AI image generation skill right now? Sure you do. Remember, the format of your prompt has a tremendous impact on how your image will turn out. Here is a great way to start formatting or structuring your prompts. A picture, photo, painting of topic, background, or other details in the style of artist or photographer's name. Descriptors, parameters. Sticking with our burger fetish, here's another prompt. An oil painting of a burger with a windy storm behind it in the style of Vincent van Gogh. We can also add in descriptors such as AK, hyper-realistic, photorealistic, comic, anime style, and so on, which is a bit more advanced, and we will cover them in a different episode. And our burger is here. Looks like something that Van Gogh would paint, right? Look at the heavy texture and the large brush strokes, plus the famous starry night drawing in the background. That is how you can start to level up your AI image creation game, by taking your topic, the background, and applying it with different styles. Why don't we do another artistic style? Here is a prompt. An oil painting of a burger with a windy storm behind it in the style of Salvador Dali. What you need to note is that the further you move away from the beginning of the prompt, the less influence the word will have in the final image. So if Salvador Dali's style is really, really important to you, you will put that in the beginning of the prompt to give it more emphasis. But in our example, the burger in the storm is still our main focus. And our Dali burger is done. Definitely some surreal feelings going on, with the winds carrying the burger away, or at the bottom left-hand image, you can see another flying burger is attacking or seducing our burger on the ground. Just remember to keep your most important keywords and directions for your image in the beginning of the prompt. To review, the first part of your prompt is the most important. It forms the image in different ways according to its form, like an oil painting, a photo, a CGI image, etc. The topic should be complete, yet as short as possible. If you put in a long, a very specific topic, like a man with multiple arms and each arm is holding onto a cup of coffee with 2 spoons in each coffee, if that is your topic, AI will be confused and won't give you a good output. So keep your topic short. Even though this image turned out better than I thought. But hey, I asked for 2 spoons in each coffee, which I knew AI will probably miss. The style of an artist or photographer has a tremendous impact on their image. You can even use more than one artist and it can really create a new, unique style. Like in the style of a children's book by artist name number 1 and artist name number 2. Now, why would you sometimes want to combine artist styles? If you are ever worried about creating an image that is too similar to one type of artist, Like creating an image in the style of Dr. Seuss. It won't look very distinct. Creating an image in the style of Beatrix Potter is very distinct. But if you combine both artist style and add more artists into the mix, you'll be creating something that is truly unique and original. And there will be no way to infringe on any copyright laws because what you have created never existed before. This is also a reminder to not be married to one particular style. If you're using one style over and over and over again and can't get the result that you want, guess what? Change styles. Like if you're using the Disney animation style over and over again but don't like how the image turns out, change it to something similar like Pixar animation style. And suddenly you may get an image that's more to your liking. Don't worry if you cannot spot the difference on the images that you create or if all the images start to look similar, even though you ask for a specific animation studio. Remember, AI can be random sometimes, and to get the look that you want, you may need to mention a specific artist in a specific animation studio, provided that artist is famous enough for AI to know. Now, let's move on to descriptors. Descriptors are extra tweaks you can add into an image to make it unique. Sometimes when you use a few descriptors, things come up very well, such as cartoon art, Pixar, anime. The image comes out cartoony, childish-like, and hand-drawn, which is what we wanted. Other times, you may need to use a large number of descriptors to just let AI pick which to incorporate into the image. Like this huge list of descriptors. Concept art, cartoon style, well-developed concept, consistent style, digital art, vivid colors, very detailed, colorful, zen, fantastical, Unreal Engine, cinematic studio lighting, soft lighting, volumetric, beautiful lighting, global illumination, and so on and so on. Yeah, I know, it's a huge list. This is a descriptor that I use for a lot of my advanced images because these are terms used by advanced CGI animators. But I know what you're probably thinking. Wait a minute, June. How can you have soft lighting and then have beautiful lighting in the same image? Or if you already have global illumination, how can you have another screen space global illumination descriptor in the same image? Well, what I found out is in this list, even though it's long, allows the AI to choose between both. So if you're not married to one technique or style, you can have AI mix and match them to come up with all different kinds of unique looking images. Last, we have parameters. Parameters are the last part of the prompt that controls things like aspect ratio, the size of the photo, is it a square, a landscape, or a widescreen image? Stylization, how much freedom are you giving AI to create the image? Chaos factor, which is how much it conforms to the prompt, and more. As you create more and more images, you'll start to write your prompts in a certain way. You'll start to structure and format your prompts in a certain way. So as a bonus, I also wanted to include formatting as a variable that you can experiment with. There are two kinds of prompt formatting, paragraph formatting and keyword formatting. For example, notice this first prompt is written in the format of a paragraph. I'm using words such as and the word the in the prompt. Oil painting of a dog howling at the full moon in the style of fantasy art, it's paragraph formatting. The same prompt can be formatted with keywords like this. Notice how in this prompt, the words are way more direct. Now it is formatted with keywords. So which formatting is better? Well, let's take a look at the end result. By the way, I chose this dog howling because it's like me howling at all the burgers that we just created that we can't eat. Anyways, here is the result from the two prompts. Notice the information provided is the same, but how you format the information also creates different styles of images. Here's a recommendation. If the image you want to create is simple, then you can write it in a paragraph format, no problem. But if the image that you are wanting to create is complex with a lot of different variables happening at the same time, then use keywords formatting because it's more direct and you'll confuse the AI less. The big takeaway is not to just copy and paste a large paragraph and expect AI to know what you want. Be very intentional with every word that you use in your prompt. While at times a huge wall of text can produce an incredible image, it cannot produce consistent images. Walls of text can get you a lucky one-off, which at times can be good for experimentation, but not for speed and consistency. Remember, prompting AI to create images is not like writing an encyclopedia or a novel. It is programming, direct and intentional, with specific keywords.